What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so I'm going to tell you where we've got to on the car. I haven't been recording much, to be honest. I've been super busy and just not there. So the car, where we are at is we are actually now inputting my chassis into CAD software. Well, I say we, not me. My mate who has a clue on computers and he's really good. So I'm giving him measurements, diameters and all this stuff off my chassis. He's putting it into his CAD software so we can make sure that the 5-link kit, 4-link kit, parallel kit is going to work the way I want it to work. He's also then going to stress test the rear end to make sure we're right. And what I'm hoping for out of all of this software is we are going to get repeatability, but I'm hoping for a cut list. If we can get to that point where I can just send it off and a chassis kit ready, notched, everything comes back, that would make my life so much easier. Do you know what I mean? So, but first things first, I want to make sure this back end is going to work. That's what my mate's going to help me with. So, let's get into where we are. Front subframe is on table. So, ignore this side. This hub is now set to 1 degree camber, 6 degrees caster. So, I know now that hub is where it's going to be. Yeah, that is its final position. So from that, we could mark the table. We run all the way back. And that is where the axle needs to be for a van body. It's basically 4 inches further along than my last chassis I did. So that is where the axle is going to be. So I've tacked my brackets to my table, because that is square true. And my centre line on my table, there is a centre line. So that is sitting on the centre line. So we have a mark, yeah? Now this axle, the width can change. I can still make this narrower, wider. I could just replace the bar. That, I've worked that out off a normal mini rear end. I won't know until we've actually got the body and the wheel arches whether that needs to be wider or narrower. We shall see. So yeah, we've been working a lot on that and the setup part of things. So here is my drawings for my 4-link kit. And my mate's already inputted all that into the software. And this is my 5th link in the middle. This is 1/2 of my 5th link. So the other one will come down here and that will be a bar. This is my fuel tank. My fuel tank is going to be 8 inches square and it's going to sit inside the 5th link. That's why there's a decent gap, 30mm gap all the way around. And for us to close up that 30mm gap in travel would be huge amounts of travel. That is where my fuel tank is going to stand up. I'm having a 15-inch tall, narrow tank with a single pump, no swirl pots or fuel surge tanks and 2 pumps, 1 pump, 1 tank, feeding forwards. So yeah, mainly that's what we've been doing at the minute. You've seen me do my stub axles, which are fitted, and it's tested, yeah? That is where it needs to be. And then basically my 4-link is going to sit halfway in that white section, so about here, yeah? So this is reinforcing the tube. Get back in. It's very... So yeah, my 4-link kit's going to be about here. 5th link kit will come from about here. Blah, blah, blah. it's going to look freaking amazing. And it's going to bloody work. I'm telling you, it's going to fucking work. So that's that. The steel has come for these stub axles. Now this is EN16. So this is what your motorsport grade stub axles are made of. So this at the minute is quite heavy, yeah? But there's going to be a lot of material taken out of this. I think it only ends up about that long. And its stub axle here is nice and small. Then it will get hollowed out a little bit to relieve some of the weight. But these need to be strong. So that's why EN16. Good stuff. Not cheap, but you can't have it bending, you know what I mean? It's under a lot of load. Beautiful. So I've got all my drawings for those. They are... Did I put them over here or? Yeah, so this is going to be that's my stub axle. Sorry about the lighting. And that is my axle with stub axles in. Yeah, and that is to scale, that is. So you can see how much smaller it's going to be than the material I've brought. So yeah, this is what I've been playing around with. I haven't actually done much fabrication. It's all been bloody drawing stuff. But yeah, so I thought I'd just give you a bit of an heads up on where we've been. I haven't... This centre section here technically can be fully welded up. But I don't want to fully weld it because I still need to get measurements for the CAD software. So that's why it's just sitting there. Oops. So yeah, really, that's about it. We are set. 1 degree, 6 degrees. We've got our bed length, well, our chassis length sorted now. And as soon as I can start making this up, once we finish putting the rest of this in the software, we can crack on. Yeah. Right, that was just a little update on where we are and how we're getting on. Oh, and by the way, I might have brought an engine. Yes, it's a booster engine. So I brought this because I thought if I go an R1 turbo, it's gonna shit itself. So I've gone for this. It's a Gen 2 crankcase, bottom end, Gen 1, so it's still a 1300. Yeah, I'm just talking to the chap at DM Racing now if he wants to give it a bit of a refresh. It was refreshed in 2020 and it hasn't really been used. The chap kept all the nice painted covers. So yeah, so there you go. That is the update. We've done pretty much nothing apart from draw on pieces of paper. That's about it. I think I could tell you anything else. Right. See you later, people. See you in the next one.